Yo, 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 yo. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Check, check.
I'll do mine a little differently.
Hit it, Ben.
Hey, thank you everyone for coming. This is the weird, the weird part of the summit, where the regular Joes,
This is the part of the summit that your mother warned you about.
So I'm gonna start with an introduction from each person. Okay? So Bix, introduce yourself, just in case somebody here doesn't know who you are, and then we'll go down the line.
Hi, my name is Bix Weir. That was me singing the Litecoin song. So much fun. We had a party the other night and Charlie Lee walked in while I'm playing the song. It's like surreal. It was really cool. My name is Bix Weir. I have a website. I have a YouTube channel, roadtoruta.com. I was a banker for 25 years. I figured out what they were doing and I've been fighting them ever since. And we are winning. We are winning, and Litecoin is the solution to that banking problem. And next to me, to my left, is the lovely Bitcoin Ben.
What's up, everybody? You'll have to forgive my voice because I've been talking to so many people that my voice, well, I already have a speech impediment, so I'm halfway there to not being able to talk already. And I really just hopped on YouTube one day, or actually originally hopped on Facebook, and I was so mad about everything going on, like 2008, and how so many people got wiped out with their houses and retirement and all this other stuff. And for some reason I thought, you know what? I'm gonna bother my friends on Facebook with my complaining. And the next thing I know, I had thousands of followers, and I go, I don't know this many people. Who the hell's following me? And it really just took off, and actually now I'm on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, which if you knew me, I am techno ignorant. You know, that's why everyone else has like hell at Snippy's house, it's like walking into CNN. You know, a backdrop and everything. Then you got Bitcoin Ben with like an iPhone. Hey guys! That's how I got involved actually doing the videos. And the first people I watched were Bix Weir and old Snip. Actually, the first one I watched was Snippy, and I go, my people. My people. All right, guys, I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, so I'm, of course, I probably met almost everybody in this room, but, we'll do the introduction anyways, Jay Snip4, got started on YouTube 2009, for the same reasons Ben did. I was on Facebook before that as well, trying to tell people about this system that's rigged and how they just screwed us and everything else, and none of my friends on Facebook are really caring, none of the family, stop posting this stuff, just, be positive. And I'm like, well, I'm not trying to be negative, I'm just trying to say, look what the hell we're dealing with. We need to do something about this. Y'all are just gonna sit there and do your day-to-day stuff and not do anything, well, whatever. So I'm posting videos on YouTube because Facebook would only allow a certain number of minutes back in the day. It wasn't long enough for me, to say what I had to say. So
No.
I'm finding all this new traffic over on YouTube. People I don't know, they're commenting, thumbs up, and I'm like, wow, it's just going and going and going. Not, real fast at first, but anyways, talking about the news, the government, the banking system, the stuff Bix knows very well about, all of us. And, it's gone from that stuff to all over the map, to now cryptocurrencies, because we see this as the solution to, honestly, not just banking and finance. Like, this is going to be a solution for a lot of things. So we, here we are today to chat about it with you guys.
Awesome. Yo, who was at Bix Weir's party? Raise your hand.
Yeah!
Was that a fun night? I'm waiting for the video because I don't remember anything. I just remember going there and saying Charlie Lee, and then that's it, so.
I apologize if I slapped anyone's wife's ass. All right, my bad.
So I want to introduce myself. I'm John Kim, at John Kim77 on Twitter. The reason I always introduce myself, because that's the only thing that I'm good at, is being on Twitter. So, and I do have a YouTube channel, but it's like a little bitty channel. But I had 400 subscribers. I met Jay Snip. Within 6 hours, I went up to 850. So thank you, Jay Snip, for telling your people to subscribe. And you know what? These guys have so much influence, right? These guys influence you guys in some way, form, or another, right? And I can honestly say, I slept at his house, I drank beer with him at his house, and I met him at the party. Like, these guys are real guys, like real good heart. Like, I love these guys, you know? And you know, we're all humans, right? We're all humans, and sometimes we say things that we wish we could take back, and sometimes we make mistakes. But what I love about these guys is, even when they do make a mistake, they man up, you know, and then they make it right. And just being able to spend time with them, I realized that, like, freaking Bitcoin Ben, dude, I've never seen a man love his wife the way he does. No, in real life. And that shows me...
Could you say that again? Because I think my wife might be watching this.
Because that shows me that he's a good man. The way I see him honoring his wife, you know, and that's a big deal to me. And Jay Snip, man, the Philly cheesesteak that he makes, did y'all see the food porn?
Can I get a steak in a room, fellas?
Hey, after the conference, we're gonna open up a little enterprise joke. We're gonna have food trucks running around for everybody. Sign up.
All right, so that was my intro, and I just wanted to honor these three guys. And you know, I was on a hashtag 30 for 32. I toured around the United States, visiting businesses, pushing for adoption awareness, and these guys literally donated a lot of Litecoin to me behind the scene just to support me, and I just want to thank them for what they did. Give them a round of applause. All right, stop. I'm Asian, so I'm very authoritative right now. You like my shirt? I'm the Rocket Man. Litecoin, we're going to the moon, baby. So, I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna ask the most important question of the day, right? Why Litecoin? Bix.
Litecoin is the right coin. In 2008, on September 11th at 11 o'clock in the morning, $550 billion was pulled out of the money market funds. We were on the brink of losing absolutely everything. Everything, your 401k, your checking account, your savings account. Hank Paulson goes to Congress and says, we need $700 billion and we need it now, immediately. One-page document, just give us money. And we did it. And why did we do it? Because we had no choice. We had nothing to go to. 2 months later, Satoshi releases the white paper. Coincidence? No. It was ready to go at the right time. We just weren't ready back then to say no to the bankers. In 2018, the bankers are wobbling again. Europe's falling apart. Venezuela, South America, you name it. There's nothing good. They can say all they want on the news that everything's fine, but it's not. And we're going to see the same thing happen in 2008. Same exact thing. They're going to go to Congress. They're going to say, we need $20 trillion. And you have no choice but to bail us out. And we're going to stand up and say, bullshit. We have Litecoin, my friend. We don't need you anymore. And that is the reality. In my mind, and what I see, we're going to have a choice to say no to the bankers after, 110 years of this bullshit? We can say no, and we invented it. The people invented this stuff. And when I heard Charlie speak about Litecoin the other day, and why he sold off all his Litecoin, absolutely the greatest guy around. He sold it off because you can't have a centralized point of contact if everybody in the world is going to be using their Litecoin to buy a cup of coffee. He did a great thing for humanity, and when you see him, give him a big hug for me. That's why Litecoin.
Awesome. Wow. Man, we've been at the summit all like yesterday. This is beginning to be the most powerful. I'm like intrigued. I'm like, oh, Bix.
Hey, my wife's right there. Look at it.
Sorry. All right, so Ben, why Litecoin?
because it's a choice. You have a choice to choose your currency. And at the core of each of us is our freedom. If you don't have freedom, you got nothing. You know, and Litecoin, how it's structured, and how, especially with like the Lightning Network coming out and other and exactly atomic swaps and all of the technology that's growing with it, is Litecoin is structured just perfect for the technology that's coming out. And what actually makes Litecoin and other cryptocurrencies great is that we're never going to get rid of all the bad guys. We wish we could, but that's not how freedom works. Freedom works when you have your freedom. Unfortunately, the bad guys have theirs. There should be regulations to try and help, but you choose your currency, you choose Litecoin based on its efficiency, its transaction rate, its community support. That's what gives Litecoin value, is you guys. It isn't, you know, there's lots of coins out there, but there's no community. There's no one using it. And if you looked at the charts that they showed yesterday, the usage of Litecoin is just going up. And a lot of people hodl Bitcoin. Litecoin is a transactionary coin just by its nature, how it's structured and everything. And exactly like you said, because I don't think we're going to collapse more than the old system is going to bleed to death. And what is going to bleed is confidence. It's bleeding out every day, less and less confidence in the system. And what's growing in confidence? Cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies and Litecoin, especially Litecoin, because of the usage rate it's growing at, is the most quick growing asset and currency that humanity has ever seen, because it's actually deflationary. The more people that use it, the more it gains value. Where with the US dollar, the more people that use it, it inflates away value. So Litecoin is literally going to be the global transaction exchange unit for corporations and humans and everybody, because of how it's structured.
Thank you, Ben. Is that cool? I know you guys want to hear my reason, but you're gonna have to wait one more person, okay? I'm kidding. Jay Snip Ford, the man.
You know how I like to build up suspense, you know. Build it up. Hey, there he is. Bam, get him. Yeah. So you know, from I'd say almost day one. You know, I was into Bitcoin at first because that was the only coin. Like, you know, it's Bitcoin, and then I started hearing about Litecoin and how they've taken something that was good and made it a lot better, faster. You know, everything. So I quickly became a fan of Litecoin. I'm thinking, wow, this really could be a system that they use, you know, a crypto that they use to replace the old system, whether it's Swift, whether it's wire transfers, like just everything. It's fast, it's efficient, and I just kind of fell in love with the thing. You know, like I always tell people, even to this day, I don't care what the price is, it's my #1 coin that I hold.
And I saw your back.
Yeah.
You couldn't even lift it.
Yeah. all those digital, you know, pounds in there. So there's just something about Litecoin that I feel fits the role better than any other coin out there. And you got a guy like Charlie Lee behind it. You see when he talks, he says, you know, he's like, you know, don't look at Charlie Lee, don't look at me. I'm just a guy that made this thing. But you know, it was interesting when he talked the other day because he mentioned about this fiat system, and he didn't get real detailed, but I'm like, you know, there you go. He's the guy that created this. So he's, you know, there's a lot of cryptos out there where they're creating them and they don't care about the system, the money system, you know, the monetary system, fiat dollars. They're just thinking, what can my coin do over here, something else? Whereas it looks like Charlie Lee's really focused on making Litecoin like a payment platform, a system. And again, like you guys talk about the Lightning Network, I think we'll go into a little more discussion in a little bit, but this is gonna be like almost life altering, you know, when this comes into play, the things you're gonna be able to do. So, you know, like Big's song says, I just think, you know, Litecoin is gonna be the right coin, plain and simple.
Hallelujah. Let me ask you guys a question. Who's like really technical, knows about the blockchain, can explain it in like 10 different ways, and you're the smartest guys in the room? Raise your hand if you're technical guys here. Okay. So I'm not. Okay? I'm not, but I can explain the blockchain to anyone, anywhere, in the simplest way, because they don't need to know how the whole thing works. Nobody's interested in that. When I'm on the road and I'm talking to people, nobody really cares. They just want to, in America, we are so comfortable. We all have banks, we all have credit cards, we have no need for cryptocurrency. But in other countries, this is a life-saving thing for them, you know? So it's not urgent for us to have Litecoin and cryptocurrency, but in other places, this is like their heaven-sent solution to their problem. So I'm gonna say something that most Bitcoin maximalists and all these technical people are gonna disagree with. I'm gonna tell you why Litecoin. For me, it's because of Charlie Lee, right? Let me tell you something. Charlie Lee is always doing whatever it takes to remove himself to make Litecoin more decentralized, right? But I'm human, and I follow a passionate, driven person with great integrity. Charlie Lee will go down in history as the man who made crypto have integrity, right? So many people, are pumping, dumping, you know, marketing. Charlie doesn't do that. And I've known him behind the scenes. The guy is so consistent in what he says and what he does. And I have so much respect for him. And therefore, I'm going out on the road speaking to people about Litecoin, because you know why? Charlie Lee doesn't care about anything. He cares about one thing, and it's adoption. Because that's the last phase before we go to the moon, or whatever you want to call it. So yes, I'm a Charlie Lee fan. And I love Litecoin because I can look at Charlie and be inspired. And during this trip, people are like, hey, why don't we do a fake video of you trying to send a fake transaction so we can put up a nice video? I said, hell no, because Charlie would not approve. I want to be like someone like Charlie with great character, consistent, and everything that I say, right? So I want everything to be authentic. And if it wasn't for Charlie, I think I would cut corners. You know what I mean? So why Litecoin for me is because Charlie Lee will go down in history book as the man who made Litecoin have cryptocurrency have value with integrity. That's it. Sorry, Bitcoin maximalist.
So let me ask you a question.